Hey guys, it's been a while since I made a video, but right now this is not a mechanic video. This is why it's the Everything channel. But it hasn't been a while, so what we're doing today is we are taking these handles. We're gonna make some handles here. These right here, I got them all heated up, so we're gonna go ahead and get to go. What we're doing is we're doing a three bar handle, I guess you could call it. And I already got them forged out and everything. I just need to put this twist in them. So we're gonna go over that. So we got it all heated up here. And usually I want it here. I had 2 bars sticking in the forge. I have my little tool here. We're not gonna use that yet. What we're gonna do is we're gonna come over here to the, let me switch over to the vise here. We're just gonna put it in there. We're gonna twist it. Really good. Get a flare fire. Switch them out since I had to go get the pair of pliers. It's gotten cooled down quite a bit now. Since I'm making several of these, I can swap between the two. Sometimes you need pliers, sometimes you don't. We're going to twist it. That's going to be good for that section. So we're going to heat that end back up. Now let's brush it off right quick. So you can see if you can see that. So you can see the twist already being made into it. We're going to put a little bit bigger of a twist. I should say more of a twist. So what I do is I take 3 of these. These are 3/8 rods here. I take 3 of these and I make them, for large handles I make them 7 inches. And then you just weld them together. And then once you have your fire pokers over here forged out, and over here you can see them. There's one with the handle. The handle that still needs to be made right there. And what you do is you weld them together. You weld them onto your shaft right here, right there, or here. Those are ones we're working on now. You weld them on there, and you want to be able to. If you weld them too much, then you don't have a proper handle. And I'll show you what I mean by a proper handle. So yeah, we're gonna keep you on the twist there. Make almost a 3/4 turn. So what I mean by that is, let me keep the flag on here and you'll be able to see it. But you see how this one here almost lines up with this one here. That's what I mean by a 3/4, because we're not going all the way. We're just bringing 1/3 of it over to here from this side. So this is a 1/3 curve, I guess you could say. Brush this off right quick, and it just takes a quick little rake, and it's already looking really, really nice the way it is. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can see it. Really nice curve to it right now. We're gonna put that back and forth. We're gonna grab the other one and finish the curve out on that one, and then we'll start getting to expanding it. noticed, so this is my usual hammer I use. Oh shit. See? Hurt myself all the time. So this hammer I usually use for forging out. I don't know why I like this hammer the most. I don't use this one too much. It's just kind of a, I guess it's too light when you're hitting. It's better for finer work. And then I got my 2 custom hammers here that I made. So these are like, this was the original size, but I put a new handle on it a while back. And it's just good for smaller objects that you need a good rounded dent in or whatever you want. And then I have this one. This is actually a sledgehammer. Old, really old sledgehammer that handle was about this long on it, so it was a short sledgehammer. But I took it so I could hold it one-handed. Just took a piece of pine, then put some retainers in it. It's not very well fitted, but I mean, it doesn't matter. But it's a 5-pound sledge, so it takes quite a bit. Let's see if I can get it balanced here. There we go. So you can hold its own self up. I really like this if I need to make really quick swings and I need to move a lot of material really fast. I'll be doing that later on these projects to be getting just a nice curvature out of them real fast. Because when I'm trying to make a big curvature, I'm trying not to go through so much heat. It's really nice to have that 5-pound sledge to hammer it out. But then I have this little tiny hammer here. Love this little hammer. It's just a nice, I do rivets with it, and then like I do fine metal work. So like on the back of the fire pokers here, on the back of the handle, once I've beat it out with usually this hammer here, I go back with a small hammer and I round over the whole thing. So this is good for rivets and stuff. Or like small, you want to make like a textured item. Has a flat spot here and here, and you can hit here or here. You can either push metal away from you or you can pull metal towards you. And then if you want like a curve, you can hit it from either side. But I just like that. And if you want like a little dent, you can flip this over and you can take your hammer, you can whack it, it'll get you a nice little dent. But here we go. We're gonna take our 5-pound sledge. Actually, we're gonna take our little one here. We're not moving a whole lot of material. We're gonna whack it. See, that handle's already opened up. So we're going to go ahead and straighten it out here. So we're going to straighten it. And we're going to get rid of some of this because we actually need that gone, and we're going to put something else there. But you can see it's already kind of hit it a little bit out. We're going to hit it back down a little bit. I opened it up a little too much. Just a little bit. And there we go. There's our start to our expanded handle. Other one out, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to take this, we're just going to hit it, flip it, hit it. Don't worry about that, it won't matter. We'll just pick it up in a second. There we go. Now I want to take my little hammer here, wherever it fell over here, and you can just go like this with it. The only reason I don't like using this little hammer, it's so slow. But right here, you can see how I rounded those over. That I use this hammer to do. It just makes it easier. Okay. And we're going to expand it a little bit more. Because we got to take that bend out of it. And then we get to do the final touches. Spacing. So I like this tool. This is a, I don't know, from some fire pit set. I flattened out the angle here. It just makes it kind of nice to work in these little cracks here. And when you get in a like a tight little corner, you can see me just kind of going through it slowly. When I get to a tight spot, I do that. We're going to So like to do those little cracks, like right here, we're gonna come back and open this up and this up. When I do that, I just start here and I just bend it out, move forward, bend it out, move forward, bend it out. So, and you don't want as wide of a gap here and here as you do in the middle. So that's just kind of self-explaining, but someone's out there. It'll be bad that I do. Right. I'm gonna tell them the right way to do it, or a good way to do it. See how that's all bent up? We're going to take a little hammer. We're going to straighten this out a little bit. You can see that it just straightens right out. Now, of course, we did take out those curves that we had in it. We can just put those right back in. The hotter, the better. We'll open up this a little bit. Come back over here. See how that's closed off? We're actually going to go right here, I think. Or not. Kind of just wherever it wants to go. So we're actually going to hit this over. So open up that crevice because that was too tight. And then that is good there. Come back over here, open that up. Open this up. We're going to expand it right quick. You can do this one of two ways. You can hit it here, you put it on the ground, hit it tongs here. We're going to flatten that back out. And this is the way I do it. I mean, you don't have to do it any particular way. It really doesn't matter which way you do it. We'll take our tongs here. Open this up right there. We're not going to put a big gap in it. We don't want a big gap. And when you need something to move this way, you just, instead of going this way, you fold it this way and it just moves that way. And there we go. That's opened back up. We're going to go ahead and create the slit we want right here. We're going to come to this side and we're going to do the same thing. You don't have to do this a few times to get it, because each time you push on it, you're pushing on the other bit of metal too, which pushes it in the opposite direction, which you don't want it to. So, but you can't get around that, so you gotta deal with it. There we go. And we're gonna flatten that out real quick. We'll straighten that out, I should say. And we're going to take that and bend it over. There we go. We'll do this up again. They come along really fast, so what I'm going to do right quick, since my brush fell, I'll pick it up. Let's see, is your video still going as those are heating up? Yeah, you got a good view. So the reason all I did was this. I think this was I want to say it was a poker, and I bent it over and flattened out. It's a 1/2 inch flat, which is just. I just started using it for this, so I don't know. Let's see. I just started using it for it, and it just works out very nicely. And yeah. Now this thing does like to bend, so it likes to bend back and forth. So it's straight right now, but if you use like making a bunch of handles, it can like bend this way or bend that way. You just take it, hammer it back out, and you're good to go. But I mean, it's just a short little thing. You don't need a whole lot of force. I need to redo this handle here because it's liking to twist now, which it's not supposed to be doing. That was like a little hook for hanging on whatever. And they should back up. Yep, here we go. So this handle's almost done. We'll come back here, check everything, make sure it's in the areas I want it. We'll come over here, check the gaps. See, like this one's really closed up, so we're gonna start here. There we go. So here, that one's too. Let's see if we push it over a little bit more. And you do want to side. So if you can't get it from like here, you go back here, you go in the opposite direction and expand it, take it out, and then you just expanded your handle there. So that's one nice thing about it. So we're just on double check everything. Let's go there. Let's go a little bit further. Yeah, I know I'm letting these cool down quite a bit, but they retain enough heat that they're very valuable. And you gotta take your time doing this anyways, because if you don't, then you might cause a bigger problem, or you might just keep doing more work when you don't need to. These I like to be a little bit more open, a little bit more open. That one looks good. Yeah, that's good. Now we're gonna take this one, open it. And so, like, what I mean by a little bit more open, this is a full turn, this is a quarter turn. So if I can't fit that right there, and now it's a quarter turn. I ain't fit it there, that's good. This one needs to be a little more open, there's a quarter turn. And there's pretty much our handle, almost completely done. I'll go through one more time and double check everything. And we're gonna heat it up and see what it looks like. Here's this one, and we're just gonna go through it. There we go. There we go. Good quarter turn. This one needs to be opened up a smidge, quarter turn. This one should already be there. This one should still be there, a little bit out. There we go. Now we're gonna do half turn. See how big that is? That's too big. So instead of taking our big 2-pound hammer there, we're going to take a little hammer. We're going to close that gap a little bit. And then we're going to come back here and open it back up. See right there? I closed it off a little too much apparently. There's that. There's that. And we're going to actually take this and we're going to smack this side down. So miss. There we go. There, here. So this one's being temperamental on the twist, so we're gonna actually close it up a little bit and get it as best as we can straight and redo it. There we go, because usually it kind of corrects itself, but this one does not want to do it. We close it back up, we're going to put it back in. Alright, here we go. We're doing our finishing touches. You can see it's very nice. We're going to go ahead and scrape it off real quick. And also heating it this way makes it have a really nice finish, or oil, or whatever you want to do it. It takes away some of the tooling marks, so we're at a quarter turn there, quarter turn there, double check that, then we're going to double check here, here. This one actually closed up a little bit, probably I hit it in the forge or something. That's good. We're going to do a quarter turn, quarter turn, quarter turn, and then we're going to pull it this way, so we're going to whack it real slow, and we're going to check how straight, and that is done. Let's check the top side here. There we go, it's done. But you get a really nice, oh wait, sorry, well I can't see it, but you get a really nice spin to it. Like, it just looks really nice. It looks kind of mesmerizing, I guess you could say. It just looks cool. So we're going to set this aside. It's going to cool down, and it will be ready for the texturing and the final prong up here. But that's your handle. So this one we're going to take a little bit off. See how it bent? So that's just me whacking it. So now it's back pretty much straight. There we go. We're going to take this little bit off right here because I actually welded too much of the handle. And we're just going to bring it down to about here. So we're going to take about half that nub off. And it'll be ready to go. And once we finish all of this, this will have a little protrusion at the end. The reason for that is if we don't have that, we could actually split or snap, because this is going to be your handle. And there's such a long, if this was like a short one that went to like here, I wouldn't have any problem having that as just the butt end, like cutting it off like right here, rounding it and having it the butt end. But since it has so much strain on that bit there, because this right here is actually welded right here, is welded on, and this whole area is forged into it. So it's actually a V-shaped divot right here that I wrap this handle around with the weld that I put on it. So I actually take the weld, there's a V shape here, take the weld, weld it up, and then I pull that weld over the poker here and form it into the shaft, which gives it a after welding should have a permanent, but doing that will give it even more of a permanent base, and it extends the handle a little bit because you're hammering it out. But we're going to take that end off, and this is one that is ready to go. Set that down gently. No, that's not hot. Set that down gently, and you have a handle done. So, make sure that's on fire. And we're going to go back to this handle. So we got this handle much straighter. We're going to pull it out, quarter turn. This one's quarter turn. Come on. Quarter turn. And then we just do that with double checking. There we go. Now we're going to move on to the middle. We're going to expand it. Expand. 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 So now we're getting to the final expansion. Full turn. Or spacing, I guess you could say. Full spacing. Come down a little bit, full spacing. Come down a little bit, full spacing. And there we go. Now we're going to go up and do quarters. Go. 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 And you can do a full turn, half turn, it doesn't matter which way you do it. So that's a little bit too open right there, so we're going to take our little key hand, close that up a little bit. There we go. And we're going to double check. Good. Still a little too far open. Bring it that way some. And these retain enough heat so you don't have to worry about having it red hot to make this sort of bend. And we're going to come down here and do the same thing because we need that handle more expanded. And each handle's going to be different, so don't try and make them mirror copies of each other. I mean, you want to get close, but you don't have to make them perfectly identical, you know. Defeat the purpose of having it handmade, I think. Also gives you an excuse for smooth. Good, there we go. So that's good. That's good. I know I'm off camera a little bit. Sorry. There we go. Now we're going to take that. Grab our little hammer and we're going to smack that right there. And just kind of go through them. Straighten it all out and I'll do last T on. Let's see, there we go. Still rolling. It's still going. It's turned into a 25-minute video. That's alright. Usually it doesn't take this long. It usually takes me about 8 to 10 minutes per handle. Just go between the forge and stuff. I like to brush, like to keep my apple clean-ish. See all this slag down here? I don't care about that. I care about the surface. I'm starting to get low on propane, so I'm gonna have to switch tanks here in a few. But hopefully we'll get this last handle out and it'll be good to go. that's actually not from the handle. There's a bump right here. There's a hump. And a little high, and it's high here. So what we're going to do right quick, we're going to take our medium sledge, and we're not going to hit the handle because we don't need to do the handle. So we're going to take this, look at it, so it's right there. Now. Alright, now let's check it. Let's roll it again. Like I said, put the handle smidge. Come on, baby, get it laid out. Come back. Again. That's all over kick. Again. And we got a little tiny high spot right there. Check it real quick. That's good. That's a little closed up. Just a smidge. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. A little tight on it. I mean, a little loose on that. That's good. A little tight. There we go. There we go. I'll double check again. This handle just felt like being temperamental, I guess. We still got a high spot right here. Yeah, there we go. I think we got that this time. And the cooler it gets, the harder it is to whack it like that, but it gives you a little bit more finesse on how it lands. Flat this way, and it's centrifugal. It's with the bar here, so as I turn it, there's no real unevenness there. And when I turn it this way, there's no unevenness because we're not looking at this, we're looking right here. But that's it. That's how you do the handle. We're gonna set this to the side, and that's how you do expanded handles. And if you see the forge setup right there, I'm doing some rivets. So that's why I have the torch right here, but the main thing I'm using is the forge right here. It's just a standard Farrier forge, nothing special. And I got 2 propane tanks right there. 2 propanes. That one's the empty one that's about to go out. This one we're about to switch over to. That's it, y'all. Have a good one. Bye.